Scott, being a magician, you obviously have heard this phrase or this comment as often as I have. Whenever you tell people you're a magician, the one thing I always hear is, I would hate to play cards with you. People shouldn't play cards with a magician. So all we need for this is a regular deck of cards. We'll get rid of the jokers. And I'm going to shuffle the deck up. All right, so this isn't any cheaty shuffle. The cards are really going into each other, all right? Now, if you were here, Scott, I'd allow you to cut the deck and complete the cut. You would then take the card and you could hide it away from me. Now, all I need to do, and it only takes me a second or two, is to scan down over the cards, and straight away I know what this card is. And the method to that is not knowing what card you've selected, but knowing what cards you've left behind. Because just in that 1 or 2 seconds, I saw all 12 picture cards. So I know for a fact this isn't a picture card. I also saw all the black cards, so I know this is a red card. All the diamonds were here, so this is a heart. This must be the 3 of hearts.
Okay.
How did I do?
Perfect.
That's not bad going. There was a few more bits of information I got, because you can actually see that the deck itself is shuffled. It's completely mixed up. And even if we were to shuffle the cards a little bit more, just to make sure they are in a totally random order, I'm going to try and position some cards in that deck. All right. Now, if I was cheating, the obvious card to keep track of would be an ace. But that is a little bit obvious, so I'm going to keep track, and the cards I was trying to keep track of were the kings. Okay. Now, I know for a fact that the first king should now be in about the 35th position, which should be there. That should be the king of diamonds, which isn't half bad. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I should have shuffled the second king so I could spell to it. K-I-N-G-O-F-S-P-A-D-E-S, and that should give us the king of spades. So that's the king of diamonds and the king of spades. In fact, if we take the cards, shuffle them again, just like this, we're going to try and position the king of hearts so we can do the same thing. K-I-N-G-O-F-H-E-A-R-T-S gives us the king of hearts. Now, the king of clubs, I know, is about 35 cards down, and I cannot do anything with the card that low. So all we need to do, once again, if we give it one more shuffle, that should knock it up the pack just slightly, and just one cut, and we should get it in about the 13th position, if I'm not wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and that should be the king of clubs. All right, so that's all 4 kings. Now, all 4 kings are great when you're playing, if you can deal them to yourself. But if you're playing blackjack, you would want to go for like an ace and a king. Now, when I'm playing blackjack, if I'm cheating at blackjack, if you keep getting 21 all the time, you end up with people knowing you're up to something. So the best thing to do at blackjack is to give yourself a hand that you're almost guaranteed to win on. The odds are seriously in your favour, but it's not going to be that obvious. And I'll show you how I do that. Because even though the cards are shuffled, and we've sort of dealt them quite randomly, I will show you that when we split the 4 kings just like this, when I get dealt the king of clubs, I wouldn't deal myself the ace of clubs, I'd deal myself the queen. When I get dealt the king of diamonds, I wouldn't deal myself the ace, I'd deal myself the queen. When I get dealt the king of spades, I'd deal myself the queen. The king of hearts, I'd deal myself the queen. Now this isn't bad going, seeing as I only looked at that deck for a split second. But what if I told you that I knew the location of every single card in that deck? Every club, every spade, every heart, every diamond. And in fact, with all those shuffles and cuts, I wasn't just keeping track of the kings. I wasn't just keeping track of the queens. I was keeping track of every card. And when I say every card, I mean all of the clubs in new deck order, all of the diamonds in new deck order, all of the spades in new deck order, and of course all of the hearts in new deck order.